Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Ask AP Live. Come on in. We are still acting up all April, still celebrating my birthday month. I am so excited to continue this show with some amazing comedians. Tonight I have on my homeboy who is from Detroit, living out in LA right now, Comedian CoopCity. He'll be on the show tonight in just a few. But I want to show y'all some love. So where y'all tuning in from? I definitely know that Detroit is in the building. I know Cali's in the building. I know Virginia's in the building. I know DC's in the building. I see y'all hopping on. So please feel free to tell me where you are from so I can show you some love. If you're new to the show, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that you tell somebody else, and I hope that you come back, and I hope that you like what you see and you continue to support me. I see my old faithfuls. I appreciate y'all so much for tuning in each and every week. I had a day today, y'all, but God has allowed me to press and to do the show regardless of how I feel. I am challenging myself to having the moment and moving on and not staying in my feelings because I done had a day today, but it's all good. Comedian CoopCity will be on the show tonight. One of my favorite people ever. So hilarious. We're going to get into what he's been doing, and we're going to share some love and some light because that's what this show is all about. Again, where y'all from? I see the What Up Doe brand on here. I need me another hoodie, sir. Thank you kindly in advance. Let's say Deb going up just joined. Hello, Fashion Rehab 182. Cook with Vicky. I'm so hungry right now. I seen the word cook. That just did something to my stomach. I appreciate y'all for tuning in tonight. Invite some friends. Let them know that the Ask AP live show is on every Wednesday at 9 p.m. is when the show comes on. I think Coop is here. Coop wasn't playing. He a little early. Listen, I ain't mad at nobody for being early. Coop said he gonna be on time. He gonna be before time. I appreciate y'all for tuning in tonight. If you just looking at the show for the first time, I sing with everything. I'm sorry. I can't help it. Come on in, Coop. Coop.
Yo.
Did you put on the yays for us tonight?
Oh, the Buffy, the bitches stay on, not these days. These bitches stay on these days, nigga. I go to church, the mall, nigga, Rite Aid, motherfucking PetSmart, everywhere, nigga, with these bitches on. Fuck that.
You real Detroit, for sure.
Oh, I'm for sure. I'm ghetto as hell, like, for sure. Like,
you already know when you got the bucks on, it gets real serious.
like, I don't even talk to people the same. You know what I'm saying? First of all, I gotta do this at least 4 times before I get my point across. So it's like I gotta do this at least 4 times before I get my point across. So
why do you have me laughing as soon as I get on here? I can't stand you. You know
that's
that.
what we do.
Oh my God. First of all, everybody, this is Comedian CoopCity. This is one of my favorite people in the world. Coop is from Detroit. He's living out in LA, chasing his dreams. I'm so proud of him. I'm so grateful to have you on the show. I always say that relationships are just so important. It's way better than any dollar that I could ever receive. And being able to call my people and say, hey, I need you on the show, and them saying, what time, let's do it, and not asking me for no money.
Look, man, that's big.
Cause I'm an artist, okay? So I ain't got no money right now.
So you know, but nah, man, like that relationship shit is real. It's real.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I am grateful for our relationship. I'm grateful for our friendship, and we're gonna get into this. First of all, before we even get started, that calling Joe.
Somebody gotta call my man's because he be tripping. I can't be the only
Joe
one.
is crazy, Coop.
I can't be the only one thinking that Joe Biden is just absolutely wilding. Like the some of the shit I'm seeing, it just makes no sense. And I'm not even like a crazy political person.
Me
It's just
either.
like, bro,
But when
like
you call him, you say everything that be in our mind. And it's just so funny how you can take, how you can take something like that and make it funny. You know what I'm saying? Because people be pissed. So to take like tough situations and make them funny, like that's what the world really needs, because we be in a roar and getting ready to go crazy. And then you come in and call Joe and then we fall out and really forget. You know what I'm saying? Just for a minute, what be going on?
You want to know what's crazy about that? It's that my little brother's wife is from Ukraine, but we don't have a relationship. Like me and her, I barely speak to her. So when I did the last, calling Joe or whatever, and I was talking about like, nigga, how are we giving Ukraine this money and stuff or whatever, and like she wrote me a dissertation on Facebook, like, first of all, this is very insensitive, blah blah blah, and I'm like, I apologize if you feel like I hurt your feelings, but that wasn't my intentions.
Right.
Look, humor is that's my defense mechanism. So everybody deals with everything differently. So please don't take this to heart.
Right.
And she's like, yeah, so you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody don't like the shit, but you gotta have thick skin when you're a comedian, because the motherfucker will come at you like you didn't smack their kids or something. I'm like, I ain't even did nothing. So
right.
But that's funny that you say that you like it.
I love, I'm hungry and I love calling Joe. Like those two, like I wait on those every day. Like, when is he? Well, first of all, you always hungry. So when is that coming on? And then calling Joe, I think I might wait on calling Joe a little bit more, because it's crazy how you really tie in real life world stuff and make it funny. It's just so we're going to start. I had to say that at first because I was going to forget. So I like to start off the show, even though we already started the show, with a little bit of background and foundation. I believe that our foundation pretty much shapes who we are, like right now, the things that we've been through, how we grew up. We've talked a little bit before on a previous show, almost about the same thing, but we got some new people. It's a new year. So tell us a little bit about Brian before CoopCity.
That's funny. I don't hear Brian very often.
I know you don't. You know I had to pull it out.
You did. That's how I know you know me. But
yeah,
my real name is actually Brian Brewster Cooper. I have two last names. I'm from the east side of Detroit, Gratiot and Connors, 48205. I actually grew up in foster care, and then once I got adopted, I took my foster mother's last name as well as my mom's last name. I went to Henry Ford and transferred to Harrison because I played football out in Farmington Hills. And we are the greatest high school football team of all time, by the way. Then I went to Northwood University, where I played football, and actually that's where I did my first comedy show ever in 2011. And instead of using my last year of eligibility, I went ahead and took my degree and left and started working at the airport and doing stand-up everywhere. So the Comedy Castle. I was doing spots in Pontiac, Waterford, just going everywhere. And so I love doing stand-up, but then I started learning about the nuances of writing scripts and acting and all that good stuff, and I fell in love with that, and I was like, I want to move to LA, but I didn't think it was possible. I'm like, palm trees every day, sunshine, there's no way I'm not gonna do that shit or whatever. And so I was actually working at Quicken Loans at the time, and actually I was working at a spot called Thompson Reuters in Ann Arbor, and I guess I just got fed up, and I was like, you know what, I'm cashing out my 401k.
I'm out of here.
I'm out of here. I quit, packed my car up, drove 34 hours, me and my brother, and yeah, I've been here ever since. And when I tell you, it's been a struggle, but it's
Yeah,
been a good struggle. It's been a good struggle though. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like it's like I've learned so much about myself. I've learned so much about my craft. I've learned so much about how I need to deal with other people and stuff, whatever. So yeah, that's pretty much my story. That's my background.
So comedy was not the first love. Was the first love football?
Yeah, the first love definitely was football. Actually, fun fact, the first love was hockey. You want to know why?
You
Because when I
play
was in,
hockey, cool?
I tried to. So I tried. Niggas didn't tell me. I ain't never ice skated before, but I used to watch the Mighty Ducks all the time. When I tell you, I would watch the Mighty Ducks, read the Mighty Ducks book all the time, and then I would play like I like rollerblade. I'm like, nigga, if I could do this on rollerblades, I for sure could do this on the ice. And then one day I went out and tried out for a hockey team. And I didn't know these kids used to be playing when they was like 6 years old.
Yeah.
They was fucking me up, bruh. Nigga, I had on jeans underneath my pads. I wasn't supposed to have jeans on. I was so ill equipped. And I was like, okay, this is not my sport. But then it was definitely football. And then I was always like the class clown, you know what I'm saying, in every grade level. Um, and I guess I just evolved to me like my teammates one day was like, hey bro, go up there and just like say some funny stuff. And so I wrote
Right.
some jokes down. And I think it was like 10 contestants, and I was the only non-musical contestant, and I won second place. And it was just like that rush and that exhilaration I felt. I was like, yeah, that's it. This is what I want to do.
So talk about taking that leap of faith, and I mean, because you had to have that in number one, going up, never been up before, never doing stand up, just going up there and giving it what you got. Talk about taking that leap of faith and doing that much, because a lot of us are scared to even try something. Like we have it in us, but we're scared of rejection and we're scared of
Yeah.
failure. Talk about how that moment felt for you when you just was like, you know what? Forget it. I'm doing it.
Okay. Well, for me, my grandmother used to always say, she'd be like, Brian, you don't stop for the red light. And I kind of use that in every aspect of my life except for women because I ain't no nasty nigga like that. But I think you have to come to a point where you get fed up with making promises to yourself and not following through.
Yeah.
Um, that fear is always gonna be there.
Yeah.
To this day, there's a there's fear because if you care about something, you gonna fear the worst happening. But your talent, your confidence, and your self love has to prevail over all of that.
Mm-hmm.
So there's definitely times when I first did my first stand up show, I was scared. Hell, there was one time where I was um, featuring at TV Lounge, and I
Mm-hmm.
was there for 4 weeks in a row. My first time ever featuring someplace back to back to back to back. And I was a little dumb, cocky little shit where I would say, I'm gonna write new jokes every week. Nobody does that.
Nobody does it.
So it was me, comedian CP, a few other guys who were doing this show or whatever. And the first 3 weeks, I killed it. When I tell you I was going crazy those first 3 weeks, I'm like, oh, this last 4 weeks, I have to invite everybody to this show.
Yeah.
So I didn't prepare as well as I supposed to during the week. I'm like, oh yeah, no, I'm good. Man, I get to that show, everybody I know is there. Everybody that loves me is there. And when I get there and I get on that stage, I bombed. It was the worst show I've ever had in my life. Like, absolute bomb. The shit was so bad. When I got off the stage, I didn't go into like the crowd and like talk to my people. I went to the bathroom and was like, this shit may not be for me. I
Yeah.
think I'm I think I'm done. And I actually quit doing stand up for probably about a year. Um, but I had to realize like, dude, if you don't do this, you're gonna resent yourself for the rest of your life, and
Ab-
that is the worst shit you can do. Resent yourself and resent your significant other. Like,
yeah.
and I wasn't about to go out like that. So I got back on the hump and kept going, and we here. So I would definitely encourage anybody to, like, you got to fight through that fear.
Yeah.
You got to fight through that fear. Will Smith always says the greatest things in life are on the other side of fear. So
Yeah.
you got to take that leap of faith.
We always talk about in anything that we do, we always hear the great moments, like the moments when we just, that's what everybody want to talk about. Everybody want to talk about all the good stuff, but nobody ever speaks on what it takes to get there and all of the trials and tribulations that comes with what you do in your craft. There are so many people who do what you and I do.
Mm-hmm.
And I know for a fact that we have never been afraid to tell our stories.
Yeah.
So talk about your trials and tribulations in the comedy scene. Everything wasn't always, it's Coop City, stand-up comedian, he on TV, he doing this, he doing that. You had some ugly moments.
Absolutely. And quite as kept, it's still not exactly where I want it to be. So it's a consistent, constant fight.
Yeah.
When I first moved out here, the first thing I had to figure out is, like, nigga, how are you going to eat every day?
For real.
Like that, like, I think people forget that when you move to another state and you uproot your entire life, like, all your finesses that all that stuff is gone.
Yeah.
You really have to get it, from the mud back down to zero. So that was my first thing, was figuring out, okay, how can I eat? How can I make sure I eat? I make sure I pay my car note. You know what I'm saying? Phone bill. Like, how can I sustain living?
And the
Then
cost out there is way crazier than the
yeah, yeah. Then we'll get to, your career. We're gonna get to that. You're not going nowhere. Don't rush that part. Make sure you can stay in this bitch.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people will get here gung ho, ready to move, shake, boom, or whatever, and then gone, 2-3 months later because they tried to rush into it. Very rarely are you about to be at Starbucks and your first month here and Kevin Hart's like, hey, you, what do you do? You know what I'm saying? That's not
Right.
how it works. You literally have to sow your seeds and make sure that you good first. Because if your well is dry, you can't water nothing else. So
Absolutely.
so when I first got here, that was what my goal was. Like, make sure that you good and you can eat. Then slowly but surely, I started trickling into doing background work with on sets. So
Mm-hmm.
Judge Judy's and Judge Mathis's and all that stuff, whatever. I would do those, and I hated it.
Yeah.
Hated it. And then I was delivering food for a company called Order Ahead. They was competing with Uber Eats when they just first came out.
Mm-hmm.
And so I ended up getting a background gig on my first movie called Bodied. It was a battle rap movie, executive produced by Eminem. So Jackie Long was in it, whole bunch of popular battle rappers. They were all in it. And so I'm just happy to be on set. They feeding us. We got to be there 16 hours a day, but they
Right.
feeding us. But this is I feel like I'm in my element. You know what I'm saying? So end of the shoot, like, I go up to the director and was like, hey man, I just want to say I appreciate you. This is, like, you know what I'm saying, being in this industry is what I want to do. And he looked me in my face and he was like, you know what? I appreciate you. You were everywhere I needed you to be every time. You always had a smile on your face, but stop doing background work. He was like, because they're going to typecast you and you're
Yeah.
going to be the best background guy in LA. And so that was tough to hear because I was making, you know what I'm saying, decent money from doing it. You do
Yeah.
3-4 shows a week, you're making decent money. But I took that and was like, no, I'm not doing that. As far as stand up, it's still a struggle for me because stand up comedy is, it's like a fraternity. It's an old boys club.
Mm-hmm.
So the older gentlemen kind of get upset, you know what I'm saying, when the new cats come in and start shaking things up and start doing things their way. and they want things to be traditionally done, and you got to worry about gatekeepers and all that stuff or
Yeah.
whatnot. So it's always a struggle, especially with auditioning and trying to get representation. You just got to just keep fighting, keep fighting. I mean, I haven't had representation in the past like year. I've
Mm,
been just representing myself or whatnot. It's just been a struggle to find somebody who I connect with. I feel like I can trust. I'm a Virgo. I don't
it,
trust nobody.
yeah.
I'm a Virgo and I'm East Side niggas. So I don't trust nobody. So
Period.
there's always something. It's always something that you like fighting through or whatever. But you got to be resilient. You gotta, and I feel like Detroit make resilient people.
They.
We damn near bulletproof. So like,
I'm telling you, I don't think I wouldn't want to be from any other city in the world. Okay,
absolutely
for
not.
sure. I don't think that we, first of all, we don't accept the word no. Like, we don't even know what that is. Like, you say no, we be like, all right, I'll be back tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just doesn't sit well with us. And I think that we can do absolutely anything. Like, I just
Absolutely
really do.
anything. Man, there's literally somebody in Detroit that does everything that someone does in LA more efficient and better. They just don't have the platform.
Yep, that's right. I
That's
agree.
it. That's it. Like, we got the rappers, we got the stylists, we got the hairstylists, we have the barbers, we got the singers, everything, choreographers. Shout out to my girl Gabby. She's from the city, the fucking jitting queen. She done came out here and choreographing shit for NBA teams,
That's right.
for music videos, all that stuff, and she jitting in all of that shit.
Yeah.
Like,
Bringing that Detroit flavor to LA.
man,
Because that's
Detroit.
all us.
We built so different, man. I love being from Detroit. I
Me
tell
too.
people that I'm blue in the face that I'm from the city. Like, y'all
You got
motherfuckers get on my nerves sometimes too, though.
when they see you with the buffs on, they know where you from.
Yeah, you got to be careful though. It's niggas with these fake bitches. I seen a nigga with some fake. Them bitches was you like, come on, fam. You ain't even try to. You ain't even try. I'm like, bro, damn, bro, you from the city? He was like, yeah, no, I'm from Cincinnati. I was like, no, them ain't real.
Them ain't real. No,
You
bro,
from
them ain't real.
you
You talking about you
you
from where?
from
Ain't real.
you from Cincinnati? Mm-mm.
Cool. Let's
Mm-mm.
slide into one of my. This is one of my favorite pieces of the show. Support or
Okay,
lack thereof. Right? So, no, for real, because it's a lot of lack thereof. But
true.
I always like to talk about this when we talk about, when we're going, because we are still in a grind. We are going after and chasing our dreams down. That's something
Yeah,
that me and you have had numerous conversations about that. Even when I came out there, we talked about almost everything. And I don't think that people realize when you're doing stuff like what you're doing and what I'm doing, that support goes a long way. Even the smallest form of support of any kind. It can be a post, a retweet, or whatever of what we're doing. And sometimes people just don't understand what that means for us and how that makes us feel when we see, people doing stuff like that for us. Tell me how do you feel about support? Like, do you think that that's something um do you feel like you need that, or do you feel like I don't care if I really have it or not? Like, just tell me like your take on it.
um, so I'm a little bit in between,
I think I am too.
but here's why though, because I've been going through therapy lately, and at first I was like super embarrassed to tell people I was going through therapy,
Oh no,
but
I
my
need.
therapist my therapist has been telling me to focus on the people that are supporting you as opposed to the people that aren't. Now I'm an artist, so like it fucking hurts my feelings when
Yeah,
I put my fucking heart. I'm putting my soul, exactly who I am, in front of y'all, and I'm not getting the response
yeah,
that I want. But you'll send me, you know what I'm saying, Justin LeBoy shit, or you'll send me other people, you know what I'm saying, Drewski shit or whatever, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, y'all don't know them. I'm y'all baby. Like, why you ain't, you know what I'm saying? So it definitely gets to me. But I try not to let it get to me too much, and I try to keep being consistent with the content or whatever. But it's definitely hard to see people that you know, that you love, that you fuck with, and it's like, why am I twisting your arm to support me? And then they keep what they really not remembering is that the internet and social media are making millionaires out of people.
Yeah.
And not to say anything is like, look, you know who I am, and you know I haven't changed anything, and you working at the plant or something or whatever. If I got a shot at being a millionaire through your support, you think I'm not about to give you some trickle down, or I'm not about to like that? It's not gonna be no, you know what I'm saying, no Reagan economics with that, or I'm not gonna come bring jobs to the crib or something. Like, come on, like this is a team effort. I can't win if my city not behind me. I can't.
Right.
Like, who?
Right.
I couldn't support it. I couldn't respect anybody who didn't have the love of their city.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, I don't think I can live back at the crib. You know what I'm saying? Because I hate fucking snow. But I need my city behind me. So like when I do post stuff or whatever, it's tough when some of the stuff doesn't get the traction that I wanted to. You gotta fight through it, man. You gotta fight through it because it's somebody out there that loves your shit. It's so many times where somebody randomly came up to me, and instead of saying hi, they said I'm hungry and bro, I love your stuff, man. I'm learning how to cook through you. Or they tell me that, you know what I'm saying, they love when I do the body roll and I make them laugh and make them feel good, man. Like that's why I keep going. And it be just random people I've never met before, and stuff like that makes you keep going because sometimes your biggest fans are gonna be strangers.
You know what? That's so crazy because I say that all the time, Coop. And I was having a conversation with somebody a few weeks ago, and we were talking about this same type of thing. I have conversations like this all the time. And I said, strangers are going to make me rich.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, what? And I was like, strangers, like complete strangers. Like that's how it's going to happen.
Yep.
And she was like, well, why you say that? I said, because it's always complete strangers that support me rather than the people that I have known my entire life. And I said, I don't know why it's like that. I said, and it's so disheartening sometimes, you know, and it's not to say that people that I've been knowing don't support me, but it's like I get so much support from people who actually know nothing about me, except for what they see. That's it.
I'm gonna yell this till I'm blue in the face. AP, I done heard your loud ass voice since I was driving in the car with my parents and going to schools, whatever. Listen, you are Detroit's radio. There's how do niggas even like start a radio conversation or have some like it should start with you. There should be no, you know, you, Big Greg, Dr. Darius, you know what I'm saying? Don Q, like y'all are the pioneers of this shit. You was the first like person on Friday. Man, I'm like, what? I used to get mad when motherfucking when my mom changed the Smooth Jazz V98.7. Like, hold on, baby, we AP on the radio. What are you doing?
Oh, cool.
Like, that's one thing that I am absolutely pissed about, and we got to figure that out. We have to figure that out because there's no reason why you shouldn't be the gatekeeper of Detroit radio.
Oh,
That's
cool.
ridiculous to me.
Let me tell you, I got over that a long time ago.
I'm a Virgo and I be holding silent grudges.
Yes,
and
I know you Virgo.
And that's
I
one of the that's one of the silent grudges I got. So we gonna
look. I silently still got it in me, but it's like real silent.
Yeah.
But you know what? I take nothing, and I tell people this all the time. And thank you so much, Coop, for those beautiful words. I take nothing from my journey. I take
Mm-hmm.
absolutely nothing. Let me tell you why. The reason why I don't is because every relationship that I had all those years on the radio, I still have them.
Yeah,
And that
that's
was the
dope.
reason why I was there. I crossed so many paths of so many great people that I can still call to this very day. So many people that I still talk to this very day. The
That's
connection
dope.
and stuff that I built along the way, even with celebrities and just all type of stuff. Like I I take nothing from my journey, no matter how or what happened. I take nothing from it. And people ask me a lot, like, will you ever get back on the radio? And I always say no.
Mm-hmm.
Because I probably would never get back on the radio ever. But if I do, it would never be in the city. And that's sad to say, but it's the truth.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
probably would
I for sure
do it
get it. I
again
for
here.
sure get it.
Yeah. I probably would never do it again here. Radio will always be my first love, and I love that I started in my hometown because that was something that when I graduated from school, that was something that they told me that I would never be able to do. They told me that I would never be on the radio, and if I did, I would never be on the radio in Detroit.
Yeah,
That's what I was told, and I did it.
you prove them sucker niggas wrong. Shit.
Right, and I did it, Coop. So there it is.
That's
Okay, Coop.
love.
Do's and don'ts. I love talking about all of this, but do's and don'ts. So somebody's looking right now. They believe that they got it in them. We're gonna pray that they got it in them. They want to be a stand-up comedian. They want to be on TV. What are some do's and don'ts in getting in the business?
Okay.
Like, what is something you absolutely should not do? Let's start there.
You should not start this journey if you don't know who you are fundamentally. If you don't know if you're gonna switch up who you are to conform in different crowds, you're not gonna
Absolutely.
last long. You're gonna be as you know you're gonna be doing some shit you ain't got no business doing, and you're gonna get caught up in some shit you ain't got no business doing. So know who you are fundamentally and what you stand for and your principles before you decide to hop in. This game is not easy.
That's
It
solid.
ain't. It's hard as hell. And sometimes you'll be like, look, I might snort this motherfucking line to get over there. People do it all the time.
Ah,
But it never stops at stuff like that. Next thing you know, you doing stuff sexually that you normally wouldn't do. Or you doing stuff, you know what I'm saying, that's unethical.
yeah,
So you make sure you know exactly who you are before you do it. Now, I'm not saying always stay the same. You always
yeah.
want to evolve. But that fundamental, that rock who you are, that shit is important because it's weird out here for sure.
Ooh, okay. Something that you absolutely should do.
You absolutely should do. Whenever you get a chance, have fun. Enjoy the journey.
Yeah.
You're always gonna be able to make money back. You're always gonna
Look.
be able to you'll never get that time back.
Mm-hmm.
And so you don't want to be chasing this finish line. I have an issue with that. On my laptop it says enjoy the journey
Enjoy
because
the.
I always look at I have to get to the goalpost. I have to get to the goalpost, and oftentimes we move the goalpost on ourselves. So
Mm-hmm.
you're never gonna be like, oh shit, I did. It took me a while to be like, oh nigga, I've been on TV for 2 years. Like what the fuck? Now, albeit it ain't
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? It ain't snowfall, but the checks are still cashing.
Period.
Motherfucking, I'm you know what I'm saying? I'm doing what I love. I'm literally living my dream. I'm
Yeah.
doing exactly what I said I wanted to do. So at the very least, no one can ever take that away from me. Even
Yeah.
if the, God forbid the ride stops here, no one can ever take that away from me. But no, I enjoy the journey. Have fun.
I love that.
I got $40. Spend 20 on something to drink, or go get you something that's, you know what I'm saying. Go get you
Oh, that's right.
some good ass cheesecake. Get you love or something. You gotta enjoy the journey. It's very important for your mental health.
I love that. I do. Okay, so I gotta touch on this because I asked did you look at the other two shows? I had CP on and I had Josh on. Did you see them on?
I seen a little bit of both of them.
Okay.
Those are
So
my guys.
I'm asking you all this question because I'm just curious. So when I go to a comedy show, I stay away from the front row. I don't play with y'all, okay? Because I could be fine. I could be fine. Y'all still gonna find something to say. So I don't go up there. That's not what I do. I don't sit in the front row. So is there, because y'all mess with people too much, way too much. So is there a such thing as, I'm using this example with Will Smith and Chris Rock. So is there, how would you have to handle that? I guess I'm trying to say, like, is there a such thing as like a bad joke or a distasteful joke or something that you would try to stay away from? Or is that something that you would have done and just kept going on with it? Like, how do you handle that moment if you were there and you said that joke and that kind of went down like that? Like, how do you handle something like that? Or has that ever happened to you before?
Nothing like that has ever happened to me before. I think that people these days are very quick to be offended.
Mm-hmm.
Now we also have to remember that comedy is subjective.
Yeah.
So everything that I find funny, other people may not find funny. So my rule of thumb is always remembering that more times, 80% of people are socially, awkward, and they have social anxiety. So my job isn't to make you squirm in your seat. That doesn't do anything for me.
Right.
To squirm in your seat while you're there. Now, if you start heckling me, now I'm going to fire your ass up.
Exactly.
But if you at the show, you know what I'm saying, I say something like, hey, boo, you know what I'm saying, well, I will fuck you and call you tomorrow. Like something cute like that, but nothing to be like, oh, look at this ugly motherfucker right there. Because, one, you don't know what people been going through all day.
Oh, don't.
You know what I'm saying? And that ain't, I don't need to, like, I have jokes to tell. I don't need to get on you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I did the roasting in middle school. Like, that's sweet, but, like, I'm here to tell a story. I'm a storyteller with my jokes.
Yeah.
So I enjoy telling stories. So I'm telling you stories that have happened to me, that I may remix a little bit. So that's never been my style. Now, you disrespecting my lady is a little bit different. Like, you know what I'm saying? Now, I'm definitely not slapping you at the fucking Academy Awards. I'm not doing that.
While I'm about to get an Oscar.
Yeah, but there's intermissions at all times, and we finna be at the same parties. I'm gonna see you.
Yeah.
And by that time, it ain't even gonna be. I done let it stew. You know what I'm saying? I done got real heated. So now it's not even gonna be no open palm slap. I gotta see a little bit of blood. But yeah, that was a lot. Now Will Smith is my favorite actor of all time.
I know.
So
that's why.
That's my fucking guy. So I'm like, oh shit, is this live? Like, is this real? I thought it was a skit.
Yeah.
I'm like, hold on, this was live. But we also have to understand though that, like, just because this guy is this mega superstar don't mean that, like, enough can't be enough. He's been attacked for the past 2 years by everybody. Yeah. Like, so, you know what I'm saying? You just that shit really gotta be, it's a seesaw. You really gotta know how to balance that shit for real. But
yeah,
that's just not my speed. Just talking about people up on stage or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I just don't really enjoy it.
Right.
Not my style.
Okay. I like that. Top 5 comedians of all time. No specific order. You ain't gotta give me like number 1, just top 5 comedians of all time. I feel like you gonna have some real good ones that I probably have not thought about. CP had some good ones that I wasn't even thinking. I'm like, okay. Like, so I'm feeling like you gonna have some that I haven't. And then you got the Buff song too, so I know you're really thinking.
Okay, this is difficult though, so I gotta say,
it's difficult for 5?
It is, man, because there's so many crazy, like, just cold guys. So I gotta say Bernie Mac.
Okay.
Patrice O'Neal.
Ooh.
Richard Pryor. 3? Richard Pryor.
Of course.
I want to say Eddie, but Eddie only did 2 specials. But Eddie was a fucking monster though. Like
Yeah,
if Eddie
Eddie
would,
crazy. Eddie
if
crazy.
if he would have kept going with stand up, but he became a fucking megastar. So it was like
Absolutely.
I reached the pinnacle of, you know what I'm saying, for stand up. You know what I'm saying? Um, Motherfuckers might get mad at me, but it's some white guys that's cold. Like Bill Burr. He's great, bro. He's great.
Yeah.
I don't understand why people be like, yeah, Red Fox. I didn't hear nothing that Red Fox did outside of Harlem Nights, nigga. Like, no.
Red
But yeah,
Fox. I like Red Fox.
I think he's a great actor.
Yeah.
He's a comedic genius.
I'm gonna give you one more for the bonus round.
One
One more
more for the bonus round.
bonus round. One more.
I already said Patrice O'Neal.
You did.
My guy Kevin, man.
That's who I was waiting on you to say.
My guy Kevin. It'd be hard to like say that shit or whatever because people don't understand. The first thing they just say like, oh, that he's not even funny no more. It's like because you can't relate to him. He's fucking rich.
Listen, he a different kind of funny now.
This nigga's a different type of rich, like, you know what I'm saying? And apparently he's doing something right because Netflix keep giving him specials. So
Definitely.
yeah, Kevin's my guy, man. That's Kevin and Will Smith. Kevin, Will Smith, and Jamie Foxx are my Mount Rushmore of guys I have to work with.
And you will. You will.
Absolutely. There's no. I'm not taking a no for an answer. It's happening.
You from Detroit? How could you ever? We don't know what no means. I don't
Hell
care
no.
the world. We don't know what no means. It just be like, all right, I'll be back tomorrow. Don't worry, I'll be right back tomorrow. Coming back tomorrow. So talk about America's funniest animals and how you landed that gig and how that gig is just so perfect for you because you stupid.
So what's crazy is that it's called World's Funniest Animals.
It's called World? I thought it was called America's.
Not just the city, the whole world, Craig.
Okay, Craig.
But no, so it was super crazy. So this is why I say it's very important to be yourself at all times. And myself is me just making sure everybody in the room is comfortable and is laughing. So I was at a bar with a group of people who are in town. And I'm like, I'm about to go up there and get y'all some shots. So there's a couple sitting there's a couple sitting to the left of me, a white couple or whatnot, and I'm in there just being my loud self, saying I got a shirt on that says Detroit Certified. It's my uncle's company. It's called Detroit Certified. So I'm at the bar and I'm ordering the shots, and I see them two, and they like close and whisper whatever. And I was like, yeah, can you get them 2 shots? Because they look like they're on their first date, and I want them to have sex. Everybody starts cracking up, boom. So I pay, I leave, I come back to grab the tray of shots. And when I came back to put the tray back, the dude was like, hey, bro, you know what I'm saying? You're from Detroit. That's crazy. I'm from Milford. And I'm like, oh, that's out there. You know what I'm saying? But we played Milford in football before. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, what do you do? And I was like, well, I'm actually a stand-up comedian, an actor, and a writer. And he was like, oh, wow, that's dope. He was like, well, I'm a producer. I may have something for you. Man. And you hear that shit all the time, though. Like, oh, I got something for you, bro. Yeah, we gonna link. We gonna build. You hear that shit all the time.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, all right, cool. Give him my information. 2 days later, I'm in my apartment and I'm just chilling. And he's like, hey, Coop. So yeah, I got this show I think you'll be great for. Do you mind if I give the head of the studio of CW your contact information? Again, I'm like, yeah, bro, go ahead. That motherfucker ain't gonna call me. He the head of CW. He ain't gonna call me. He the head of ATI. He's not about to call me. And in less than 20 minutes, he called me and was just shooting the shit. Like, hey, bro, like, what do you do? How's this been going for you? What's going on? Boom, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I didn't know this was like a job interview. I'm just like, just talking stuff or whatever. At the end of the conversation, he was like, yeah, so we're going to go ahead and green light you. I was like, come here and say what? He was like, yeah, you got the show. I don't even know what the show is at this point. They haven't told me.
At this point, it really doesn't matter.
It was just like, you got the show. And I'm like, okay, bet. So next couple of days, they send me over a contract. And then they send me over like just like a one-sheeter of what the show is and what I would be doing and all that good stuff. And I was just like, man, this is amazing. This is, you know what I'm saying? God is good.
Yes, he is.
Because I didn't see that coming at all. And what's crazy is at that time, I had really been contemplating on like, is this journey even for me? Like,
Mm,
am I doing what? Is this my purpose? You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like, so yeah. So yep, that's how the show came about. And
And
right
you're
now,
2 years in.
yeah, right now we're in the middle of shooting episode. Stop, girl. It's my dog over here. We're in the middle of shooting season 3 right now. So
Wow,
yeah,
cool.
I just shot episodes 4 and 5 yesterday. So
Talk about taking a leap of faith, leaving your hometown, going to one of the biggest markets, one of the biggest markets in the world, grinding, coming from just doing odd jobs to just make it, and then landing a gig on TV and you're embarking on season 3. That is all God.
man, it's nobody but God, but it's also me too because faith without works is dead. So
Right.
like I had to really put that work in, but I also had to work on my mental because it's man, this shit lonely.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't have any family here. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? This is who I have. I have my dog and then my lady when she want to act right. So like
And
my brother,
don't forget you got your buffs. Don't do that.
I got those, but they can't keep me warm at night. But yeah, so I my brother actually just moved here, but he lives on Catalina Island. He works on Catalina Island, so it really just be me and my dog. But before I even got my dog, it was times where I'm just like, bro, I'm about to go home. I miss my people. It was a point where I would go home twice a month. Like, nigga,
Yeah.
you're not gonna get anything accomplished by going home twice a month. Like,
Ain't go
come on,
home, bitch. Yeah.
you gotta fight through that shit. That shit be hard though. So yeah, I definitely say like fight through that, you know what I'm saying? And do what the fuck you gotta do. Don't worry about it. Come to this bitch, go get your EBT card,
I'm telling you.
nigga. You know what I'm saying? Finesse. Like we are the ultimate finesse. I have been finessing for 6 years here. And this shit has been working.
Yeah, because you still there.
I'm still here.
Got to
Praise
be
God.
working. It got to be, because that's a different kind of beast coming out there. I'm telling you. That's a different type of. Well, I'm coming to see you soon. You know how we do.
Well, come on, because now I have even a better like lay of the land here. I'm not dirt poor anymore. Like you gonna come here, you just bring your extra liver. I'm gonna have you some liquid IV here. You gonna
Oh
be
Lord,
good
see, that's the only
because
thing. Listen,
I'm
y'all. When I went to go see Coop, when was this Coop? Like 2 years ago?
yeah, like maybe like 2-3 years ago. Yeah,
I'm telling you, Coop still live like a college student. Okay, I'm like, hey, I'm ready to go to sleep. He like, sleep? We don't sleep. I'm talking about like,
I'm about to call me an Uber. I'm like, what?
gaming.
Nigga, we just got here.
We just got here like Coop. I'm talking about Coop.
Funny.
Listen, y'all, Coop had me standing on couches. I don't even stand on couches in the city. I said, I can't deal with you. We were all over LA, y'all, but I had the absolute best time. Hospitality was on point. I met so many people. And Coop is a celebrity out there, y'all. He being a little modest right now. But when we was walking up, it was like, Coop, she with you. She with us. We in there. I'm like, all right, you do a little bit more than you said you was doing. But
I'm just nice
I had a
to
great
people.
time. I'm ready to get back out there. I'm definitely going to see you in the next few months.
Come on, we here.
I'm coming out there. Before I let you leave, I always ask this to end the show. I always get the greatest answers ever, and they're always different, but they're always good.
Yeah.
What would Coop City, now you in front of me, with everything that you've been through, all the trials and tribulations from growing up, and taking that leap of faith and going out to LA and just doing everything that you said you would do, what would Coop City right now tell Lil Coop?
I would say you have everything that you need right now to survive for the rest of your life.
Ooh.
Everything that you need is in you right now. Now your job is to not only treat people with kindness and respect and make sure they know who the fuck you are.
Ooh, that's good.
Yeah, everywhere I go, it's my goal to and sometimes I shouldn't do it, but I want to capture a room. I want to be in that room and I want everybody to know that I'm there. I want to get to a point where I don't have to introduce myself. And so that's one of the goals. That's what we're working on.
That's good. I like that. I like that a lot. Cool. I love you.
I love you more. Layla loves you. Say hi,
Yeah.
Layla.
Layla, keep my boy company.
That's
Keep
my
my
road
boy
dog
company,
right
Layla.
there.
Thank you so much for being on the
For
show.
sure.
I definitely appreciate you. You always just a phone call away from me. I always can be like, cool, I need you on the show. And you always like, all right, AP, what time? And you know, we got a hell of a time difference. So
Yeah.
like it's nine my time, and you never tell me no. You always there when I need you to come through for me. And so I appreciate you so much. And I'm gonna be out there in the next couple months. So
Just hit me up, man. I'll be here. Just let me know in advance. You know, I be taking vacations and shit. So
I
just let
know.
me know.
I know you gotta take a break from your busy, wonderful star status life. So I'm gonna let you know in advance. But thank you so much for being on
For
the show
sure.
tonight. I definitely appreciate you.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right,
Thank you
talk
for
soon.
having me. All right, for sure.
Okay,
All
bye.
right.